lung cancer?
I do.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, and you're not seeking any aggressive therapy, as I understand it?
No, not at all. I just want to be here and be comfortable.
Okay, good. That's what we want.
I couldn't ask for more.
Good. We want to make sure that you're able to be surrounded by very important, loving people like Morgan.
I was told by my doctors that I had cancer, to go home and get my things in order.
I never expected to get sick in my life and never thought about dying and coming to a hospice.
Dying is a part of living. Getting people to realize that is probably the biggest issue in our society from a healthcare standpoint.
Doctors are afraid of talking about hospice. They're always talking about curing up until the very end.
Sometimes you have to be the advocate against the doctor to not prolong things, because sometimes that's way too late.
Folks come to hospice, they don't know what to expect. It's a very special place, and it's hard to put into words how special the care is.
I can't explain what a new world this is. I could not believe what I saw here.
For over 33 years, the terminally ill and their families have depended upon the Hospice of St. John.
Anytime I see anyone, they ask me about the place, I tell them, you cannot beat St. John's.
That's good to hear. That is good to hear. Is the food good as well?
I wouldn't look like this if it wasn't.
Who do we serve? The short answer is everyone in our community. Since 1977, we have offered care across the Denver metropolitan area and surrounding Front Range, regardless of gender, race, religion, or the ability to pay. Essentially, we provide care in nearly any environment our patients call home.
We want to make sure that they can live as free of pain as possible, being able to communicate with their families as easily as possible in a loving, caring environment.
Every patient has a nurse and a chaplain and social worker assigned to coordinate care for that patient, because we try to look at the patient as a whole.
We provide that in our facility here, we provide that in the patient's homes, and we provide that in nursing homes or assisted living facilities.
Are you all doing okay though?
You're doing great.
Everybody all right? Dad looks as though he's comfortable right now too.
Yep.
Yeah.
The hospice, I make one little request, and the next thing I know, somebody's knocking at the door with the fulfillment of my request.
Home care, hospice, now is very, very, very important.
Are you going to come and sit down?
Yes.
Let's not trip over this though.
No, I'm used to that.
It's just a comfortable place rather than being in a room. He's out here where he feels part of the family and he can look outside at the mountains. He doesn't feel isolated.
Providing comfort for our patients is always our highest priority. As experts in palliative care and pain management, we combine the highest quality medical direction with clinically proven complementary therapies to provide that peace. Unfortunately, many of these services are not covered by insurance, but are always provided free of charge to patients and their families.
It's an amazing thing that we can have this program here, and we're able to do it through the generous donations, through foundations, and through grants.
Here's a dog, and here's the cocktail hour, and people enjoying life, because they've made a choice. Hospice is about making a choice.
This place provides comfort, it provides prayer, it provides caring people to listen.
The Hospice of St. John offers the highest pastoral care to patient ratio in the country, providing the unique ability for counseling and bereavement support anytime, anywhere, and for virtually any religious denomination.
We have a large number of pastors because we believe that it's a person who have physical needs, but also have emotional and spiritual needs.
I have served Buddhists, I've served atheists, I have served all stripes, all phases, all faiths.
Sometimes they're just looking for a person of God to be there in giving them that sense of comfort that they need.
Since the doors were opened in 1977, the extraordinary care provided over the years has earned the Hospice of St. John full accreditation by the Joint Commission, the gold standard of the healthcare industry. Many of the achievements are the legacy of one man's vision, Father Paul von Lobkowitz, founder of the Hospice of St. John.
A unique, tough, extraordinary, funny, committed saint. He wouldn't like that description, but he was.
The basic philosophy of hospice is to give a place and the wherewithal for a person who is facing the end-of-life decisions to live as comfortably and as fully for as long as possible.
I want the world to know how wonderful a place this is and how well taken care of you are.
There's no rush to go to heaven, you know.
His vision was to find the opportunity for a freestanding facility. And one of the things we don't realize today is that that was a very bold and visionary idea.
Hospice of St. John program operates on totally Judeo-Christian principles. But we can't take that mission to the point of trying to save souls here in the Hospice of St. John, because everybody comes to God differently.
Paul believed that we need to accept patients wherever level they're at, whatever religion they are believing in, we will help them.
And that help has no boundaries. Through the efforts of our volunteers and loving staff, no request at the Hospice of St. John is ever left ungranted or unheard.
We had a patient several months ago who wanted to have an airplane ride. One of our volunteers, he had offered to take this patient in a plane ride, and he had a biplane. And the plane buzzed the hospice. Now here's a biplane buzzing the hospice. And after the plane ride, I said, "Didn't you see us waving at you down in the parking lot?" And he looked at me and he says, "I didn't see anything. My eyes were shut tight." Those are the kinds of things that we do for our patients and for the families to make the transition as comfortable and as easy as possible.
Unfortunately, all of these services come at a price. In our effort to maintain our level of care with a growing need for hospice, our costs now exceed our income by $1 million each year. And since many of our complementary therapies aren't covered by healthcare insurance, the need for volunteers is also growing. At some point, you or a loved one will need hospice. Your help will let us continue to provide that care.
We take care of patients and their families so that they can die with dignity, with love, and in peace.
Poppy, where do the doves go when they fly up into the sky?
They go home. And that, Morgan, that's where your Poppy's gonna go sometime.
Will I be able to look up at the sky and see you and talk to you?
I'm gonna be in a very peaceful place. And you can talk to me when you need me. So let your doves go and make a wish for Poppy.